This is Doug DeMuro, and today we're going to talk about my YouTube channel because we've had some changes happening. As you've probably noticed, some new upload days, some new people on the channel. It's going crazy here. Everything is falling apart. No, not really. That's not really the situation. Everything is fine, but let's discuss what's going on and what you can expect from my channel in the coming weeks, months, years. Okay, so a little background. The Doug DeMuro YouTube channel. I started this channel back in 2013. It's 10 years ago. And over the last 10 years, it has changed a lot, although a lot of people don't realize it. I started out with this channel doing dumb videos of my own cars, like driving a Dodge Viper in the snow and road tripping my Aston Martin, driving the Bonneville Salt Flats. That was actually not a dumb video, but most of them were, like trying to attract women in a Ferrari. There were a lot of just stupid videos with my own cars in the early days. Bad camera equipment, bad technology. It was like 10 years ago YouTube. That was kind of what was going on. Running over a PT Cruiser with a Hummer. That was a good video. After that, I transitioned the channel from kind of my own cars to reviews of cars, primarily of older cars. And I would review cars that I would rent on Turo or that I would borrow from dealerships, but it was mostly older stuff, the Lamborghini Countaches and the stuff that wasn't brand new at the time. And in that period, I was still posting videos about my own car. So it was like every Tuesday was something stupid I did with my car that week, like driving an Aston Martin on a frozen lake. That was a good video too. And then every Thursday, it was, a review of an older car, some older car. And then I realized that people also wanted to see reviews of new cars. So I started doing new car reviews, which was another kind of shift for the channel. And then I added the Doug score to all the videos, which was another shift for the channel. And obviously that's been really big. I still get an enormous amount of questions, comments, asking about various specific ratings and all that. My metrics show that people will sometimes skip ahead just to watch the Doug score. That was a big shift, and it also allowed me to really compare the cars and kind of do a better job as a car review channel, like really directly comparing cars, saying which one is better, which one is worse, that sort of thing. Then we came out with Cars and Bids, my enthusiast car auction website for, you've heard it. So Cars and Bids obviously was a total transition for my life and my career, launching a marketplace, an auction website for cars. But for the channel, it actually had a major impact because it allowed me to get access to cars that I never thought I would and never would have otherwise. So like the Toyota Mega Cruiser was a car that we were selling on Cars and Bids, so I was able to get access and film a review for my channel. The Local Motors Rally Fighter was a car we were selling on Cars and Bids, and so I gained access and I filmed a video. The Smart Crossblade is another great example. The Terminator swapped Lincoln Town Car. There's a lot of these. There's a lot of cars that I have been able to review because of Cars and Bids. And actually, I was starting to walk away entirely from used car reviews, like older cars. They didn't bring the views, they didn't bring the revenue, they still don't. But Cars and Bids kind of gave me the gift of, hey, we can justify reviewing this silly older car because we're going to drive traffic to the website. And so even though it's not necessarily going to make the most money, it still has a purpose on my channel. And so Cars and Bids kind of helped save my old car review because otherwise, economically, it didn't really make a lot of sense to continue doing those used car reviews until Cars and Bids came. Now that has happened, I'm going to make another shift. I've already started, you've already seen it. I'm going to do more. And by I mean we. There's now a team of people. It's not just me and my editor, Nick. Hey, Nick. There's more to it than that. There's a few of us, and obviously you've seen a few new faces on the channel. I have always wanted to do this. I have always wanted to have more people. In my mind, multiple people on screen is just more fun than one guy sitting there talking. In fact, I've always been surprised that I've been able to keep people's attention for so long, 10 years, as just me a dude. When you think about the car stuff, and frankly a lot of stuff that has been really successful, it's multiple people. Top Gear was, 3 guys who were so perfect together in their chemistry. Throttle House, which is a channel that I love, is 2 guys who have great chemistry. Same deal with Straight Pipes, and frankly, a lot of the other successful modern car YouTube channels have multiple people. And so I've always wanted to integrate that, and I never really had the ability to until recently when Cars and Bids took a huge outside investment, and that gave me a little bit more freedom to do a little bit more experimentation, which is something I've wanted to do for a long time. And frankly, I get notes from people saying it's something they want to see me do. Hey, what happened to the funny videos from back in the day? Hey, why don't you do something aside from just your normal format? Well, get ready, because now we can finally experiment. We finally have a little wiggle room, a little breathing room financially to go out and do stuff. And the coolest content and the coolest businesses come from people who aren't just constantly stressed about overhead and costs and all that. And so we're gonna go and do stuff. And one manifestation of this that you've seen is the addition of my friend Kennan to the YouTube channel. Kennan has already appeared in a few garage videos with me chatting about cars, which almost everybody loved. And he's also appeared in a few car review videos with me, which got more mixed reviews. But I want to stress this. I suspect you will grow to like Kennan for 2 reasons. Number 1, I like Kennan. He is one of my very best friends. He's an affable person. I'm trying to get him more excited and fun on camera, and I think we'll get him there because that's how he is in real life. And that's how he is in the garage videos, as you can see. Getting on camera, it's a little bit anxiety provoking, but we're kind of getting there. More importantly though, Kennan is an expert in some stuff that I am not. I am often told by you that I don't know anything about the mechanics of cars or how they work. This isn't true. However, I have discovered that my viewer doesn't necessarily want to know specific details about suspension and steering angle and yaw and brake disc diameter material. That stuff isn't my audience. However, Kennan is an expert in this stuff. He has excellent mechanical knowledge. He does all the repairs himself on his E39 BMW M5, and he does some of them on his Ferrari that he owns. Kennan is a mechanical guy, so he's gonna be able to get a little bit more in depth into the mechanics of some of these cars, which I think is beneficial to the channel. Adding people is beneficial primarily if they can bring something that I don't have, and Kennan certainly has that. He's also an absolute expert on BMWs and Ferraris and other kind of general sports cars. He's not really an SUV man, we'll leave that to me, but he knows BMWs and Ferraris. That's his thing, and the mechanics of cars, how they work, what makes this car special. I say it has a Le Mans V10, and Kennan says, well, actually it has a... He's legit. And it's not just Kennan. There are a few others too. You've seen my friend Alanis King in a few of these garage videos. She will be in more, and also in some car reviews as well. Trying to work her in and see how that goes. We've also had Hoovy appearing in the garage, as you've seen a bunch of those videos on my channel, and surely there will be more and others. We're gonna just try to add some friends to this. I have done this channel solo for years and years and years, and I have always wanted to bring people on. And now that I got a little cushion and a little daylight in my life, I can think to myself, okay, we can bring some new people. And you've probably seen me doing a lot of collaborations with other channels. I was on Jay Leno's channel. We did a video with some Cars and Bids cars. I went on Donut Media and I won their channel in a game, which was fun. I've been on a bunch of podcasts lately, a bunch of different collab videos. Had a brief cameo in a Throttle House video, which was the peak of my career. I'm gonna start doing more of these. This is something that I'm now gonna be able to get into more and have more fun with, because again, I don't have that constant pressure kind of beating down on me. Now, with that said, I wanna make one point very, very clear. Kennan, Alanis, Hoovy, nobody else will be replacing me on this channel. You have come here to watch my videos twice a week for 7 years now. I started with 1 a week, and then in 16 I went to 2. So it's been 7 years I've been doing Tuesday, Thursday, twice a week, and I am gonna continue to do that exact same schedule. So if you don't wanna watch the Kennan videos, you don't want the mechanical knowledge, if you don't wanna watch the Sunday videos that I'll be in still, that's fine, but I am still gonna come to you in the same cadence I always did, Tuesdays and Thursdays, focusing on new cars and quirky, weird old ones that we're selling on Cars and Bids. I'll still be here the exact same amount as before. So there's nothing worse happening. There's the same and then some more, which is a good thing. So just to make that point clear, some new faces on the channel, maybe more will come, they will appear, but I and my regular Tuesday, Thursday videos will not go anywhere. I'm just gonna add some friends, some people I like who maybe have specific skill sets and can dive more into certain cars than I can. It's also worth pointing out that new faces on the channel could potentially review a car in a different way than I have. So if I've already recently done a review on a car, and then we get one on Cars and Bids, maybe Kennan goes and reviews it and talks more about the mechanics of it and what makes it special in terms of history and timing than I did, just showing you how all the buttons work. So that's kind of the plan. Now, there's also one other plan worth mentioning, and that is my second channel. I haven't used my More Doug DeMuro channel in ages, and everybody points this out, but I finally found a purpose for it. I'm going to convert it to a Cars and Bids channel. Now, this should be a great variety of stuff, because some crazy variety lists on Cars and Bids. There's all sorts of different vehicles that show up, and so releasing this as a Cars and Bids channel should give you fun car variety. I will be on there, and so will Kennan, maybe Alanis, maybe other people reviewing some Cars and Bids specific cars and making Cars and Bids related videos. So your main Doug DeMuro channel lives on, but it grows a little, and then the More Doug channel will change to Cars and Bids and do some content around that stuff. And again, this is additive. It's not taking anything away. I'm not going anywhere. No plans to move on. No plans to replace myself like some people are guessing. That ain't happening. This is the only real job I've ever had, and it's the only thing that I know how to do. And so when I think to myself, what would I do next? The answer is probably film videos. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. So there you go. That is your update, the basic situation with my channel, just so you know what's going on Doug DeMuro, on More Doug DeMuro, now soon to be Cars and Bids. You got it all, you get it. That's the channel update. Now back to your regular Doug DeMuro content, plus some more.